I hope you're having a good day today. It's been a blessing. It's warm here for this time of the year, and tomorrow looks even better for here, especially in northern Kentucky. We just mentioned to you a few things as we get ready for prayer meeting and Bible study tonight, and we surely have a number of folks on our prayer list that we're lifting up. But I want you to know that every time that I get ready for this type of a devotional, I pray for you. Um, I've been wondering and reading some about the Old Testament patriarch and Abraham. Abraham felt a continual, clear call of God, a command of God. You see, God told him to leave his country for a land that he would show him. But to receive the blessings and promises of God, Abraham had to leave behind everything that he relied on, everything that he knew, everything that made him feel safe, his home, his relatives, and to trust God and that God would honor his commitment to him. You see, the call that he received was to become a nomad. I want you to put yourself in his sandals today. You're 75 years old. Your wife is in her mid 60s. You've lived in one place your entire life. You've established a homestead in that city, and it's the only community you've ever known since birth. And suddenly, out of the blue, God appears. He manifests himself in a way that you cannot deny in his powerful supernatural way. And he tells you to pack up and hit the road, and I'll tell you where we're going later. What do? Everything within you recoils from making big decisions without thoroughly planning. We just don't do that. Most of us need to see where we're jumping before we leap. But God called Abraham to obey this call without complete information. And Abraham didn't know where he was going, so he couldn't trust in a well thought out long range plan. But nevertheless, the Lord gave Abram sufficient information to make a reasonable decision. But when Abraham encountered the Lord, he knew that God was real. The undeniable echo of God's voice left him no room for doubt. You see, when his neighbors thought he'd lost his mind, Abraham had good reason to trust in God, even without knowing every detail of the plan. Where are you in this story? Has the Lord ever called you to do something without giving you all the details up front? What helps you to trust Him even when you don't have all that information? You see, that is a daily life choice in this current pandemic. Are you going to live in faith, or are you going to live in perceived safety? Don't hesitate to do what God has called you to do. And if God has called you to do it, then consider this fact: He is utterly trustworthy. Follow God for Jesus' sake.